It's on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. I have the pleasure of getting to introduce this next guy. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Usually we get to know people through our business. I got to know this guy first. My daughter actually brought him to me. Him and her both were in college. They were both going to go the medical route. And then he was a little bit ahead of her, and they started getting a little serious. And I noticed that she wasn't coming home. So, right off the bat, I don't know if I like this guy. He's in my family time. But we are extremely blessed. I have two great managers, but Preston is one of them. Let me tell you a little bit about Preston. He was a baseball player, so he loves the team aspect of it. He is a great cheerleader for my guys. He came in about 4 years ago. He was, of course, in college, and he was fixing to start selling cell phones in front of Target and Sam's while he was waiting to see what he was going to do in medical school. And of course, I said, hey, if you're going to work on commission, there's nothing that pays better than Rainbow, and not a better organization. So he came aboard, went right out, started doing demos, doing great, him and her going together, and then the next thing I know, she calls me up and she says, hey Dad, what if me and Preston just did this from now on? And I thought, woohoo! Not only do I have to pay for medical school, it's building our business. Of course, that's one thing about our business. If the opportunity is so real, you really don't mind passing it on to your family. And of course, my favorite son-in-law coming to the stage, Preston Montgomery.
I was a college baseball player, going to medical school. I was going to take a gap year. And anybody seen anybody selling cell phones in Sam's before? Costco? I was going to do that. Just to make a little extra money. Brad said, why don't you come try it out? So I did. But going into it, how we actually got started, when Brad told me, hey, come check it out, I actually had Mr. Corey as my trainer. Corey, wave to everybody. Give me a round of applause. I did tell him I was going to share this. But Corey has been Rainbow for 10 years, 12 years, 13 years. And so Corey's been in for a long time. Disclaimer, he's a great leader, great mentor. So he was our trainer. So we come into training, and he said, hey guys, what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to put you on some videos. I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about it. First video goes by, and Corey is nowhere to be found. So I looked at him and I said, hey, you ready to go get some lunch? And she said, yes. So we actually left and we got some lunch. I watched one demo prior to doing my first demo. I know everybody's going to be like crazy. Actually, we went out and sold 50 to 60% in our first 2 months. Then we had a dry spell. We went like 10 in a row without settling. And I called Corey up and said, Corey, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. He said, I'm going to get you on some videos. I said, I know how that went last time. He said, no, watch them. After we're done, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to do anything you need me to do. I watched the videos for like 10 hours. I called him. I said, dude, you didn't tell me about suction versus airflow or what the wet lungs was for. And so I really didn't have a good demo. And so we actually got in, got to training. But when I come in 2020, I came out in 2021, but in 2022, we committed. No questionnaires for new dealers coming in. We're not going to interview you. If you want the opportunity, we're going to show it to you. And so that's what we did. I'm going to kind of go over some of that stuff. But before I go any further, I just want to let y'all know I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Do not know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, please see me afterwards, because if you can get that right, you've already won the battle. So the recruiting process. This is what I'm going to talk to you guys about, recruiting. I don't know how this clicks, boy. Is that it? Perfect. So before we start recruiting, I think there's a couple things that we need to do first. First off, we have to build a foundation. Second thing we have to do, we have to build and establish a culture. And then we have to be intentional. We have to trust the process, is what I say. So how about getting our foundation off the best book known to man, which is the Bible? So going into Matthew 7, I'm going to have to squeeze it so I can see this. Matthew 7, 24 through 27 says, Jesus states, those who hear his words and do them are wise builders. They have built their homes on rock solid foundations. The winds howl, the rains come, and even floods come, but the house stands firm. Those who hear his words but fail to live by them are foolish builders. And I like a lot of interaction, by the way, too. Can anybody raise their hand if they've ever had a storm, a trial, something in their life they didn't think they could rebound from? Saw a lot of hands quick. Probably everybody has a hand that can be raised. Here's our hope. Luke 6:48. He is like a man building a house who dug deep, laid the foundation on the rock, and when the floods arose and the stream broke against the house, said it could not shake it because it had been well built. I know a lot of y'all who've been in Rainbow for a while have noticed there's a couple out of our place that's missing. Callie and Preston Brooke, y'all show them some love. So baby Jax is on the way. It's been a baby that's been prayed over for many years. They're not able to be here today because of her pregnancy, but baby Jax will be here soon, and they'll be hopefully back in Vegas in April. Everybody excited for Vegas? But I remember one specific day, Callie, it's when I first started being on call. She called me and she said, hey, I've got 4 demos today. And I said, okay, great, let's go get it. So she did her first demo, it was a turn down. Second demo was a turn down. Third demo was a turn down. And got to her 4th demo, she ended up selling 2 and went home, and they were both turn downs. Anybody had 5 turn downs in a day? Like, anybody beat that? I'd be impressed. All right? So I'm thinking to myself, what could I possibly say to Callie to help calm her down? Because I know she's going to be ready to drive her car off the bridge. She called me. I said, hey, Callie, rough day? She said, what do you mean? I said, we had 5 turn downs. She said, well, I got to show the opportunity to 5 different people. They couldn't get it today, but I know who holds mine tomorrow, and I know Jesus got it. That's a great testimony to Callie, right? So she's built her foundation so well on the principles of the Bible that when the storms come, couldn't even shake her. I know in our organization just this year, we've lost a marketing lady. She didn't even hand in a 2 weeks notice, just laid the phone on the desk, and we showed up Monday morning, and she was gone. So we got to bounce back. There was something we had to do. So storms are going to come, but if we're rooted in the foundations and the principles of the Bible, we're going to succeed. And a couple books, highly recommend these books. If y'all want to take a picture of them. First one, Power of Positive Thinking. It's going to take the principles of the Bible. Basically, what they do is it's business owners putting Bible scriptures into their subconscious, so when they're going throughout their day, just the power of positive thinking is going to give positive outcomes every single time. Same thing with Faith-Driven Entrepreneur. There's thousands of books. These are just 2 I recommend. Or if you want to go straight to the Bible, the book of Proverbs, that's the best place to start. So, we got to build a foundation. Number 2, we have to build and establish a culture. Hey, this group over here, really my section of these 2 tables, that's our inside office. That's family. I think this is really where we thrive as an office, is because our culture is so strong. And with that being said, 2 people I want to recognize real quick. Everybody in this room knows them. That's Brad and Tiffany Edwards. That's the reason we're so successful. Let me tell you guys, the greatest commandment, love God, love people. There is nobody better to phrase that than them. They love God with all their heart, but they love their people with all their heart, and that's why we are so successful. And then we live off the Zig Ziglar mentality. He said it like this: the best way to get what you want in life is to help a bunch of other people get what they want. So I'm going to say it again, so make sure y'all hear this. The best way to get what you want in life is to help a bunch of other people get what they want. And then lastly, whatever your culture is, that's what you're going to attract. I talked about this with somebody earlier. If you have a negative culture, you're going to attract negative people. If you have a problematic culture, you're going to attract problems. So here's our culture. Number 1 is God. Number 2 is family. Number 3 is couples. How many couples do we have in the room that do Rainbow together? Lots of you. Also, here's like, we've actually had some people tell us that the reason they come into Rainbow is because their spouse was so supportive, even though he didn't do Rainbow, they allow, because how huge is that support from your spouse, even if they're not in Rainbow? 100%. Okay? So that's our goal. So as soon as we get somebody in the business, if they have a significant other not in the business, our first thing we want to do, take them to get something to eat, invite them to an event, because as soon as we can get them plugged in, the better it's going to be. And then lastly, I want to make this a huge emphasis. If you are a full-time Rainbow, this is how you buy your toilet paper, stand up. This is the only job you do. Everybody give them a round of applause. Everybody, here's I've been sick the last few days, so about 7 days. But we also thrive off our full-time employees. We have a lot of full-time people because that's what we preach, that's what we teach, and that's where our focus is. And then a couple quotes I really love about culture. There is no magic formula for a great company culture. The key is to treat your staff how you would like to be treated. It's as simple as that. And then I'm going to rephrase this one just a little bit to kind of be Rainbow. But if you recruit people just because they can sell a Rainbow, they're going to work for your money. But if you recruit people who believe what you believe, who have the same mindset, the same language, the same goal as you, they're going to work with you with blood, sweat, and tears, and that's what we've got with our crew. We have one mind, we have one goal, and that's how we have our success.
One team.
One team. So how do we attract new dealers with our culture? Number 1, great money. Money's going to get them in, and money's going to keep them. Number 2 is flexibility. We offer part-time, full-time, spare time. If you call me up today that you have a demo and you can't make it, so what? Who's next? I'm going to cuss you out. I'm going to tell you, hey, turn your stuff in. Because we offer flexibility. And lastly, the place to call home. We have a new couple that's coming to work with us. Well, they've been here for a year and a half. But I remember them coming to open house. They said, we were there like 10:30 at night. We were all really tired. They booked all of their demos in open house. And they said, do y'all do this like for a living? This is all you do? We're like, yeah, this is all we do. They said, are y'all paid for being here right now? We're like, not directly. We don't get paid for being here. We get overrides and things like that. They said, and y'all have this much fun? We said, yeah. They said, we want to try this. So they actually come into the business. They were kind of, hit or miss for a few months. And then the 5th of July, this guy called me. He said, Preston, I think I'm about to go full Rainbow. I said, what makes you do that? He said, well, and he's a welding supervisor, so he has a really good job. He said, they called me in the 4th of July for the first time ever. And I had to go in. So I took a half a day, got my guys on their assignments, and then I left. Unfortunately, my guys left behind me. I didn't know it. I got suspended for a week without pay. He said, I have never missed a day. I'm always on time. I do what I'm supposed to do. He said, that just told me where I stand in their eyes. He said, and it just ain't sitting well. He said, every time I mess up in Rainbow, y'all don't stall me for it. You don't hold me against it. If I have something come up personally, you guys are there for me. My work's not. He said, so I'm going to go where I'm needed, where I'm wanted. And I don't know if anybody follows me on Facebook, but I posted a couple months ago, 85% of people dislike their job, according to LinkedIn. 15% of people like their jobs. I like to believe I'm in that 15%. I love Rainbow. I've been doing it over 3 years now. That's allowed me to do things I never thought was possible. We actually got to buy 2 of our dream vehicles. We've built a brand new home, and we've been able to do more in the last 3 years than we could have ever imagined. But a place to call home, that's what we're looking for. And then lastly, trust the process. We got to build a foundation. We have to establish a culture. And then we have to be intentional. Do I have any college football fans in here? Woo! Okay. No. I'm not going to tell you how to correct you. You're about to find out. Unfortunately, the the greatest college football of all time coach, Nick Saban, is not on the sidelines. Now, there's no debate, he's the greatest. Now, we might have a debate, Michael Jordan versus LeBron. Maybe Kobe or Nicole. We'll have that debate afterwards. But Nick Saban, the greatest of all time, he is about the process. The process, Mike's smiling, he knows. But the process, that's what we're about. We have a set thing that we do, we have a set standard, and not only do our leaders, Brad and Tiffany, do this, our managers do this, our team leaders do this, and it kind of just funnels down to the new people that come in. Here's how we recruit people. First off, when we get to the demo with our new riding customer, we call them to the trunk. Call that the trunk talk. Everybody here should know what that is. So it may look like this. If I'm riding with Corey over there, I might say, hey, meet me in the trunk 10 minutes prior. We're going to help me get my stuff, go over some things. Then I might say, hey, Natalie, what is your favorite part of the demo? When we come and show you, give me an answer. The mattress. Okay, when we get to the mattress, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to you. You're going to do everything. Don't leave anything out, okay? Next appointment, if I ride with Miss Natalie, I'm going to say, Natalie, what have you loved so far about your rainbow? Give me something else. Air purification. So when we get to the first machine, we're going to put water in it together, show them how to fill up their rainbow. We're going to actually let you do the air wash. I want you to turn it, let them feel it, let them feel the suction, and I'm going to let you do it. While she's doing this, I'm also going to be throwing in some hints. Hey, don't y'all think that Natalie would be really good at selling some rainbows? She's already halfway done. She's already done some of the demo, so I'm building her confidence. That's the first thing we do. Who in here has a recruiting book? About half the room. The recruiting book is so important, guys. Callie and Preston Broom, they're one of our best recruiters. They've been in the business for over 5 years. They have a recruiting book. Here's what's inside. They have pictures of their trips that they take. They have pictures of their personal checks, the checks of everybody inside the office, and then the people that they have helped get their 12 and 2 finished. Because we got to build credibility. So through that, and then my last things I'm going to talk about, open house, training, and then different incentives. Here's what our open house looks like. Every Friday we have a confirmation call. This is going to come from our marketing department. It may sound something like this. Hey Jordan, this is Preston. I just want to say welcome to the Rainbow family. Thank you so much for investing in the Rainbow. I'll be here for anything that you need. So what we're going to do is we have open house at 6 o'clock on Thursday, September 12th, or whatever day it is. Just want to make sure that you're still coming. She's going to say yes. And then I say, great, I'll see you there. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if she don't show up to our Monday night, I'm going to give her another call. And then another call. And then another call. If she either is going to come or she's going to block. Because if we can just get her inside open house, I know that we're going to attract her to come into the business, and we're also going to get her looking at some demos. And then Monday night, does everybody have a designated day each week that you have an open house? Yeah. Most people, I know some people don't in here, but most people do. If you don't, I encourage you to do so. There was a time we have an office and we invite all the dealers, and those dealers come for seats because we didn't have enough people there. We wanted to look big. Now it's got to a point we have just tripled our office size. Hopefully in October. So now we actually had to quit inviting dealers because we didn't have enough room. But even if you don't have anybody show up as a customer, take that time for those new dealers to show them stuff. Advanced training is great for those times. And then on Mondays, we also do a split class. If you've been to open house more than once, you go to this class. Our team leader, this is Dalton, this is Jordan, this is Natalie, Donna, Pam, whoever's there, they're actually in there. We have a recruiting video if you've not seen it. Go to my Facebook page, go to Tiffany's Facebook page, you'll see it. It's awesome. We show them that video, we show them all the trips, we show them our weekly checks, and we just spend about an hour just getting to know these people, pour into their lives. So that's every single week we do that. And then also other incentives that we do at open house. Does everybody do some type of wheel spin? At open house, that's pretty standard. So if you're a riding customer and you go and sell a rainbow and sign them up, and you bring them to open house, you get a wheel spin. It can range anywhere from $25 to attachments, and we'll even pay their taxes on the rainbow on some of the wheel spins. We also do drawings. How our drawings works are this. If you book a demo, you get 1 ticket. If you book 11 demos, you get 11 tickets. And we have certain things we have to hit. So if we have 15 people, at times about 3, 45 is what we're looking for. 45 25 demos booked, and we start our drawings there, and each time we get more and more and more, we'll do more drawings. And every night, the top drawing is always a Disney trip. Every single time, guys, it is, sometimes we'll get home at midnight because people are booking. Our highest this year, we booked over 170 demos in one night.
Woo-woo!
And these have to be legitimate demos. My lovely wife over there, Miss Emma, she's in charge of this. Her and County, they make sure that these are legitimate demos. They're checking them. They're writing all the notes down. And also our dealers. This month we have a new contest. Is it popcorn makers?
Yes.
Yes. So is it 3, 5, and 7?
Yeah, 3, 5, and 8.
3, 5, and 8. So if they bring in 3 new customers to open house as a dealer, you get a small popcorn maker. And then if you bring in 5, you get to upgrade to a big popcorn maker. And if you bring in 8 RCs, you're getting this huge big old popcorn thing that goes inside your house. We've done projectors, TVs, iPads, MacBooks, you name it, we've done it. These things, you guys love these gifts. So here's our secret. This is what our open house sheet looks like. I blanked out some of the names. So what we track here, the day they purchased, who the writing customer was, if they're getting a wheel spin, the customer's name, the customer's phone number, what location they're coming to, the deposit they gave, and then also the dealer that sold it. When they come in, they're going to check in. This is what it looks like. If it's highlighted blue, that means that the RC has brought a new RC, and they've been there more than one time. If it's marked green, that means that the customer came by themselves. As you can see, they're usually all. So we give away a lot of money at these open houses, but we get to track all that. And you can actually see in the far right column, right column, then all these notes are put in. What they got, how many demos they booked. So guess what? You see there's a couple blank spaces in there. So are they not doing the program anymore? Did they get confused on how to book a demo? We reach out to them, hey, we saw you didn't book a demo. You're not going to do the program anymore? Oh, you decided not to? Well, great. I have another incentive that you can actually earn more taxes for your rainbow. It's a way to get more leads, right? And then training. This is headed up by me and Mr. Corey. Every Tuesday and Wednesday we have training. Every Tuesday and Wednesday since 2022, late 22, we've done this. Used to, when you come into training, you just kind of let us know, and we just kind of schedule the time around what you can do. Now it's a set time every single week, and we have to drive over an hour to this place to get to our training facility. We show up regardless. Since late 22, there's only been 2 times we did not have anybody trained. Only 2. So that's just a testimony to our group over here. They do great jobs of getting these people in. So every Tuesday and Wednesday, no matter what. And then we also let them flip at 6. Some distributors, well, Preston, this program is just so expensive, we can't let them run their own demos and get the rainbow for free. I get it, we've been there too, but we allow them to flip at 6, and here's our pitch. Hey Mike, if you come and do rainbow, not only are you going to earn your rainbow for free, you're going to get to earn this commission, you're going to get to earn rainbow bucks, and still earn your attachments. You got to go do the demo anyways. Why would you not just do it yourself? That's our pitch, and a lot of our people do end up flipping. And we offer big pay scale incentives, which is our blast off pay. We make generally no money as an office on this pay scale. It is Thursday through Sunday. They try to run as many demos as they can, sell as many as they can, and it's really huge. We also give them demo incentives. Hey, just run this many demos, you're going to get this. And then lastly, we also give them a deadline. So we give them 2 weeks. From the time they come to training, they have to finish their program in 2 weeks. Also, we give them an extra incentive. If you finish your program, who do you want to run the new RC's demos that you just signed up? You do. So they can, if they finish their program that week, it's possible we even let them start running the RC appointments that next week by attending the training session. So it gets them excited, and if we can just get them excited, it's going to carry along. And then, how do we keep dealers? Don't miss this. Money. I have never had anybody leave Rainbow because they're making too much money. Second is incentives. Trips like this. We do several trips a year. Super commissions. We allow our guys, I'm not going to go into deep detail here, but we allow our guys to earn up to 3 super commissions per month that they can redeem. And then also prizes. Last year we did this huge Christmas thing with Santa Brad over there. But it was basically they got to earn money running demos, selling rainbows, and how much ever money they earned, they could buy stuff. MacBooks, iPods, AirPods, all this kind of stuff. It is absolutely insane. And then success, guys, if they succeed, they're going to stay. So we have to make it our mission to help them succeed because they're new. Because I remember, just last week, I told Emma about a dealer that do this in the home. I said, I don't know why they're doing this. We've talked about it with this. And she said, do you not remember when we first come into Rainbow? I said, you're right. So we have to have patience with them. We got to teach them how to succeed. And lastly, support. Just like the couple that I talked about a while ago coming into Rainbow. Oh yeah, by the way, they sold over 15 rainbows last month. They made over $12,000.
Woo-woo!
But not only do we have to support them in the business, we have to support them personally because things happen. Everybody has trials in their life. You never know what somebody's going through, so we've got to make sure that we're there with them. And to wrap it up, does it work? Does our process work? I think it does. Here's I actually tracked this. 2021, we switched from the total program to the 12 and 2. That was my first year we come in. We had 23 new recruits. That's how many we trained. We sold 1,100 rainbows, and 12% come from new dealers. 2022, probably about October, November, we started really hammering this stuff home. We had 70 new recruits trained that year, 1,600 sales, and 20% come from new dealers. 2023, we hit the ground running with this. We had 105 new recruits, over 1,600 sales, and 29% came from new dealers. 2024, we're at 111. It's actually more than that because it's a couple weeks old. 111 already trained. So we're pacing over 170. We're pacing right at 2,300 sales. This is on the inside office. And about 27% coming from our new dealers.
Oh, yeah.
I expect this number to go up.
Yeah.
And this is a testimony to my two tables.
Amen.
These guys are awesome. They are rock stars.
Woo-hoo.
They do it better than anybody. They blood, sweat, and tears. I'm telling you. They hate taking a day off. They'll run any demo anytime, anywhere. Miss Pam back there, she has been 6.5 hours one way to a demo. Just one demo. And also, our office has had four different worldwide sales champs?
Yes.
And 5 total over the past 2 years. That is a testament to how great they are. One of them is 70 years old. So here's my challenge to you guys. We do this at my church. I absolutely love it. It's called the My 15. It's 5 minutes of worship every morning, 5 minutes in the Word, 5 minutes in prayer. Watch what it'll do to your life. This could be the My 30, the My 45, whatever you make it. At least make it the My 15. And then lastly, just a Bible verse to leave you guys with. 2 Chronicles 15:7 says this, "But for as you be strong and do not give up, for your word will be rewarded." Thank you guys.